Hello, and welcome back to Winter Studies. My name is Sean, and today we're going to be doing an update on Camp NanoWrimo. If you have seen my week 3 video, I apologize, just had to vent a little. If not, basically, I've had unfortunate circumstances occur over the last couple weeks, and I am not exactly where I want it to be for Camp NanoWrimo. You know. However, despite all those circumstances, I have been refueled and reinvigorated into really doubling down and focusing on this writing thing and this YouTube thing as much as possible. I'm going to put an asterisk on that though, because life. I do work a job that takes up a lot of time, and there are days where I don't want to do anything. So when I get home, I'm not as enthusiastically driven, which is something I am working on. But that being said, before I go into that job, I do my best to spend my time working on this stuff. And I've been going at it. I have several pages of... Okay, sadly it's not that much. But I have been working on a little notebook to get a generalized, conceptual, thematic world building and generalized ideas of characters for this story I am trying to work on. In other words, I have not actually started working on the story itself, except in a very broad sense so that I know the generalized elements of the major elements. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to outline this. My generalized outline is in here. We'll see if that works. I feel good about where I'm at. Since I did mark my story as a prepping stage for Camp NanoWrimo, I am counting everything I wrote within that book. So, let's do the word count update. Alright, update. We are going from 1,170 total words to 1,714 words this past week. I feel good. And update. So, as you can see here, out of the 25,000 proposed theoretical words, I am at 2,884. Though you may not be able to actually see that because of the camera blur and everything. However, take my word for it. It's a thing. And we got a little update badge here. Alright. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. However, the good news is that I believe I am done with the journaling, if you will. The good thing about it is that I always have it there to constantly make amends and update as need be. But in terms of generalizing the story, I believe that I'm good. Like, I am going to spend next week, the final week, actually writing. As I stated in my week 3 video, because I basically took 2 weeks off from this entire process, I'm not sure if I'm going to hit my 25,000 word goal by the end of the month, But really, the whole point of Camp NanoWrimo, from my understanding, is to kickstart the ability, the drive, and the motivation to write a full-length novel, which is the whole concept of, I believe, NanoWrimo itself, and these camps are just kind of like the pre-motivation. Because I guess there's another camp after this? Maybe? Yes? So, next week, for week 5, the final week, I'm going to be spending more time not only on my story, but I'm actually going to start writing it, which I'm looking forward to a lot. In my head, I've just been racking around how the hell I do that, but none of it matters until I put it on paper. And then even after that, I could just scrap it and, actually nothing really matters. Could get so far and try so hard, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. However, the thing that really excites me is that I will always have full-fledged inspiration to write this story. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, thankfully, a couple years ago, a college roommate of mine got me into a wonderful game called Kingdom Death Monster. For those of you who don't know, it is basically a board game, a model hobby game that is themed around the best concepts of Dark Souls and D&D. This is not sponsored, by the way. I actually love the game. However, what I love the most about it is that you can build your own models. And I took some time this past week to build the biggest model that I have, and I think that currently exists, though a couple of the newer expansions are going to drastically change that. And honestly, one of the most badass models in the game that I have been holding off on building. And so, without further ado, I give you my motivation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a dragon. And this is an inspirational set piece. That I will eventually figure out its proper placement for. Although I do like it here, there's something kind of cool about it being here. Though it's not as visible on camera, it fits up the entire space. It guards some of my books and my collection of what may or may not be an adult beverage, but I will figure that out, and you will probably see it change locations several times throughout the next coming videos, because it's just awesome. It's just awesome. And there you have it. A motivation for my story. So, gee, what does that mean my story is about? For those of you who have been noticing this on my computer and actually know what it is, I'll give you a hint. It is from a video game that is an MMO. That have the letters FFIV in it. Yeah, I think that says enough. And dragons. We're going to be talking about dragons. So until next time, as you ponder what that may mean, stay imaginative and take care. Have a good night.